King Street is home to many memorable landmarks, including my buddy Doc Watson here. But if you look a little past Doc and his bench, you'll find Lost Province. So the next time you walk by the people handing out flyers in Sanford Mall, think to yourself, am I able to vote? I'm Lucas Warren with App TV. I'm here in front of SB Ballard Stadium, where the Mountaineers just took a tough loss to the ODU Monarchs. But supporting them in that tough loss is a fan base that travels just as much as the team does. When looking at App State, they have two dining hall options. They have Rose, better known as Central, and Trivet. App State claims to have upgraded their dining options this year, but it's clear they're still lacking in many areas. If they simply added a few unique restaurant options, it would hide some of the current flaws with the system, and it would make the experience much better for students. Until then, App State students, enjoy eating Chick-fil-A 3 times a day. I'm Lucas Warren with Opinionated on App TV. You've probably walked by these people in Sanford Mall. And like most App State students, you probably walked by thinking, I'll vote sooner or later, but maybe you won't be able to.
Probably the biggest misconception on campus is that if you're registered to vote, that you can vote anywhere you'd like. The law in North Carolina is you must be registered to vote in the county in which you live.
This is Matt Snyder, Director of Elections for the Watauga County Board of Elections. But if you don't believe him, let's ask App State students if they're registered.
I know I'm registered to vote in my hometown, but I think I'm registered to vote here.
I'm definitely only registered to vote at home.
No, I'm registered to vote back home.
Currently, I am not registered to vote here in Boone.
The problem is, most students don't know where to register.
I don't know where to officially, if that's not where I'm supposed to register.
Personally, I've taken it pretty serious. We put an organization together and we're trying to get some championships, trying to get some hardware.
Championships and hardware? That's some pretty serious claims from a member of a trivia team, but he has the hardware to back it up.
My name is Cody Bear, and I am the team captain of the Goofy Goobers, 7-time champs at Lost Province Trivia.
Even though the winner only receives ring pops, winning means something to every member of the Goofy Goobers.
My favorite memory is probably winning our first one, because it took a while. We had gotten the coupon for the free pizza, but being able to actually come away as champs felt really, really good.
Lost Province customers aren't the only ones aiming for the first place prize. Most of the staff is as well.
My name is Ryan. I worked at Lost Province about a year and a half. I work in the kitchen as a shift lead. I think trivia's been going on before I started, but we started participating a couple months ago. We usually, if someone was at the bar and they were playing, we would give them answers, but then it turned into we want our own team, we want to win.
But they don't want to just win.
There's always those other groups that come in, like the regulars, and they win every week, and we just gotta dethrone them,
Staff versus customer? SpongeBob and ring pops? Lost Province Trivia seems to be all over the place. But there are some App State fans that have an extra reason to root for the team.
Hi, my name is Marquetta, and I am a parent of Sean Collins, number 12, defensive end.
Marquetta came a long way to support her son.
So I flew in today from New Jersey, happy to be here and cheer the team on.
But she makes the trip every week, so if anyone knows about how App State fans travel, it's her.
Absolutely. They're committed and they travel well, they come in packs and they represent.
Though the game didn't go the Mountaineers' way this time, it must be comforting to know their fan base will be behind them, at home or on the road. I'm Lucas Warren, reporting for App State. This is on the smaller end of schools, with UNC and NC State having 5 to 6 dining halls on their campus. But you have to take into consideration the size of the schools. App State isn't as big as UNC and NC State, but a school like UNC Wilmington has 3 dining halls, and they're smaller than App State. The most important thing, however, is the dining options. And trust me, App State lacks in those areas as well. According to the App State Dining website, there are 6 unique restaurants on campus. That includes Chick-fil-A Express, Habanero's Fresh Cantina, the Mountaineer Grill, the Cutting Board, Rise Market and Cafe, and the Cardinal. This is when the gap becomes startlingly apparent, as UNC offers 31 unique restaurants on their campus, and that's not including repeats. NC State offers 19, UNC Charlotte offers 20, UNC Wilmington offers 16, and even ECU offers 12. And just look at some of these options. it's clear that App State has the worst dining options for North Carolina University students. While composting used to be just one of Grant's many responsibilities, changes to the dining system has made it his main priority.
We went from doing probably 2 pickups a week and probably do one of these bays in about a month to doing pickups every day and doing one of these bays in a week. That bay is about 12 and a half, 13 tons. That's about a week's worth.
This increase in food waste is caused by the university shifting to an all-you-can-eat dining model. This is problematic for Grant because composting isn't a quick process.
Yeah, I thought the defense was a little bit shaky in the first half. Big thing was Gardner Webb was hitting a lot of design screens, and our cornerbacks were 5-10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. That makes it a lot easier on those plays when you have the person who's supposed to make the tackle 10 yards away from the person with the ball. In the second half, we came up on the flats, had a little bit more pressure at the line of scrimmage, and that led to 3 straight turnovers on 3 straight drives. We were a different unit in the second half.
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, we talked about the possibility of an injury. As long as he stays healthy, I think he will hit this record. If he gets kept out of a game, I don't think that should affect the record. I think it should keep going. If he gets a snap, gets injured, doesn't get the touchdown, then yeah, the record should be broken. But he's just too featured in this offense. The 49ers feature him in the red zone as both a runner and a passer, and that just he's moving all over the place. It's hard to scheme him out of a game if you're a defense because he lines up at wide receiver, slot receiver, running back. So I think he'll get a touchdown any game he plays in. Yeah, you said it. The Russian defense has been awful. They're the worst in the Sun Belt right now. They allow 206 yards per game on the ground, and they're 125th out of 130 teams in the country in the Russian defense. It hasn't been good. The least amount of yards we've given up in a Sun Belt game this year was against Coastal Carolina, 196 yards on the ground. It's been dismal. You talked about the turnovers. Joey Aguilar was a playmaker against Southern Miss last weekend, going for 4 touchdowns. 300 yards, or over 400 yards if you include his rushing yards. But the turnovers continue to plague him just a bit. The interception I'm fine with when you throw for 4 touchdowns. But, fumbling the ball, we saw 3 fumbles against ODU last week. All of them were recovered, but it's become a trend. He holds onto the ball a little too long, and then pocket collapses. He loses the ball. I'd like to see him clean that up, but offense has been keeping us in these games, so you can't complain much.
Now at least.
Stroud looks like a hit in the quarterback position, but jumping to the hardwood, the NBA season is set to tip off on October 24th. And with the season swiftly approaching, we have seen some big trades over the past week. What impact will this have on these teams, and what teams do you have big expectations for? Yeah, the men's basketball team got an impressive win against Auburn on Sunday. So what expectations do you have for the team for the rest of the season?